It's your day in tech history, and it's brought to you by our friends over at Expedia.com, where you can find yours with Expedia. Hey everybody, Jeffrey Powers here, and I welcome you to the Day in Tech History at dayintechhistory.com. It's part of the Tech Podcast Network. You can subscribe via iTunes, Zune, or Stitcher Internet Radio. Our Twitter is Day in Tech Hist, and all show notes are on the wiki page if you want to follow along. Now let's find out what happened on this day, your day in tech history. September 1st, 1804 is where we're going to start today. Juno, which is one of the largest main belt asteroids, was discovered by German astronomer Carl Ludwig Harding. 1858, the first transatlantic telegraph cable failed after less than 1 month of service. It was completed on April 5th of 1858. 1881, thermodynamics is discovered by Sir William Thomson. He describes the sources of all energy in a nature available to man for the production of mechanical effect as the tides, fuel, food, wind, and rain. He credits all the sources except the tides as being derived from the sun, but we found later that, of course, tides were also a direct effect from the sun as well. Hop up to 1966, Ralph Baer begins developing an idea for a game played using the standard home television monitor. He wrote a 4-page description about the idea, and within days he would produce the schematic drawings to a 2-player block chase game. Of course, that in 2006, that will give him the National Medal of Technology for inventing the home game console in video games. 1969, the first Interface Message Processor, or IMP, is installed at UCLA. It's considered the birth of ARPANET and the Internet. 1977, the first TRS-80 Model 1 computer is sold. Pop up to 1981, RFC 791, which defines IPv4, is released. 1989, Grid Systems ships the Grid MXV01 CD-ROM drive for Grid 1500 series laptop computers. It's the first CD-ROM drive designed for a battery-powered laptop computer. 1992, Toshiba introduces the Satellite as a new value line notebook computer. 1994, the United States Library of Congress holds the first of several meetings to plan a project to convert materials to digital form so that they would be accessible via computer networks to students and researchers around the globe. It was called the Virtual Library Project, and they needed to have it digitized by the year 2000. 1996, Apple Computer and Bandai released Apple Pippin multimedia player platform in the United States. It featured a 66 MHz PowerPC 603E processor, 128 kilobytes of SRAM, 14.4 modem, 4-speed CD-ROM, and, of course, a cut-down version of the Mac OS. 1997, the Alta Vista search engine front page is hacked, and the discovery of a new subatomic particle was announced. It was called the exotic meson. 1998, IBM announces the shipment of the world's first copper-based microprocessors. It featured a PowerPC 740, 750, and it operated at 400 megahertz. And in 1999, an explosive device is detonated at about 8 p.m. in a video game arcade in an upscale shopping mall near the Kremlin in Moscow, Russia. The amusement center was located in the lowest level of the 3-story Mezzanine Square underground shopping center. 40 people were hurt and 1 was killed. And also in 1999, Gateway announces that Jim Kolas, president of the Amiga subsidiary, has resigned. Gateway replaces Kolas with Tom Schmidt, who was previously Amiga's COO. And now this word from our friends over at Expedia. Las Vegas, Jamaica, San Francisco, China, New York, Portland, Florida. Have you been? Maybe you're from there and you need to start planning your trip home for the holidays. Now is the time to do that. With rates at their lowest for November and December, you can get great deals in planning your trip. That's where Expedia comes in, from air travel, hotels, cars, and full vacation packages. Because Who doesn't want to be in a warm city during the coldest of winters? You can also earn Expedia points so you can use them on more trips all around the world. Get $25 off your first hotel booking at Expedia. Go over to geekazine.com/Expedia for more details. Over at Expedia, find yours. Now let's get back into your day in tech history. Back in at 2000, Apple Computer begins shipping the new iMac computer, featured a 350 megahertz PowerPC 3G processor. It was available in indigo blue color case for $1,199. 2004, a claim files for Chapter 7 bankruptcy with the U.S. Bankruptcy Court in New York, which would virtually destroy the company in liquidating all possible assets to pay off their enormous debt, which was reportedly topped at $100 million. Also in 2004, the IBM System Z Application Assist Processor, otherwise known as ZAP, which was a mainframe processor, begins its first commercial production workload. It was at an undisclosed Midwestern U.S. insurance company, most likely American Family Insurance, and performed claims processing ZAP engines dedicated to running Java workloads under the ZOS accelerating performance. And also in 2004, Nokia announces that it has shipped 1 millionth endgame video game system worldwide. 2005, the Eighth Circuit Court of Appeals in St. Louis, Missouri, rules that the Digital Millennium Copyright Act disallows altering video games published by Blizzard to link with servers other than the company's official Battle.net site. And Sony's PlayStation Portable, otherwise known as the PSP, handheld gaming system is launched in Europe after 3 delays in the release date. The first 3 days, it would sell 185,000 units. 2006, Luxembourg begins to close down analog television transmission for the favor of digital terrestrial, or DTT. 2008, Google accidentally hits a send button too soon, and all of a sudden, the beta version of Google Chrome was launched. The new browser changed some ideas with the launch. A big feature was the fact that the browser ran an independent process for each instance. However, it wasn't without issue. Chrome was only available for PC users and later was found to have the same carpet bomb issues that Safari had earlier in the year. 2009, a Barcelona taxi driver found a BlackBerry phone in the back of his cab. He knew the name, Jennifer Assay, so he went on Twitter and asked, "Anyone in Barcelona know who Jennifer Assay is? I have her BlackBerry." Another person saw the tweet and decided to do a search on LinkedIn, then turned around and gave the information to the cab driver. Of course, the end result was that Jennifer Assay found her BlackBerry. And also in 2009, a Gmail outage was blamed on a cascading failure, which too much traffic was directed to servers that had recently been reconfigured. Otherwise, a user error. And in 2010, HP demonstrated WebOS Palm 2.0. Microsoft releases Windows Phone 7 to manufacturers. Twitter announces that they will record and analyze every link users click on when using their service, whether it be through the website or a third-party device. And Apple puts on a live music event. In this event, Steve Jobs introduces Ping, a social network inside iTunes 10, which also was updated. Apple also announced the iOS version 4.2 for iPad. You could rent TV shows now for 99 cents and refresh the iPod line with the iPod Shuffle getting a touchscreen interface and the iPod Touch getting a forward and rear-facing camera. And that's your day in tech history. My name is Jeffrey Powers, www.dayintechhistory.com. All the show notes are over at wikizine.com, Geekazine's wiki. And of course, you can like the Facebook page and follow Twitter at DayInTechHist. Until tomorrow, take care. Day in Tech History is copyright 2014 JMP Enterprise and Geekazine.com.